look at Ghost Spider. The last video we did was Miles Morales Spider-Man from the new Spider-Man pack, and he was a little lackluster for me, and I don't know why. I actually went back and I watched some of my favorite YouTubers talking about him, and either I was just doing serious misplays or just a series of unfortunate events that made him seem a little, I don't know, not as powerful as I keep hearing, which is fine. It just means I need to do some more exploring with the character. One of the things I will say, right, and I just wanted to start it off because it's very true even for Ghost Spider. Certain characters I don't know anything about, but if they've got really cool artwork, I'm interested, right? So long as the artwork is good, it keeps my interest up. There's certain heroes, well, I could talk about another time, but why I don't dig them and all that stuff. But anyway, let's jump into this one and we'll get it going. I don't really like to read the what's it called cards here. Let's put this over here because this is gonna have to get shuffled in. I don't like reading the Nemesis stuff until I get it in there. That's just a preference of mine. All right, so let's go over this character. I've quickly looked over this. I know it's protection, so I'm concerned. Usually protection I have a little bit of a hard time with, and we'll see how it goes here, but it's more about learning the characters, right? So she has 10 health, which is nice, 3 recovery. Action, choose to either shuffle Ticket to the Multiverse from your discard pile into your deck or ready her. Which is interesting. So I'm just going to grab Ticket into this one, just so I can see how these two interact here, okay? So her action is choose to either shuffle this from my discard pile into my deck or ready her. Remove this, remove Ticket to the Multiverse from the game. Discard your hand. Shuffle your discard pile into your deck. Draw up to your hand size and ready each Ghost Spider card you control. It's interesting. The first thing that jumps out to me when I read that is, when we get close to decking ourselves, we won't have to get another encounter card, I guess. The double resources over here, 2 wilds, that's cool. It makes me almost just want to, it sounds like I just want to keep it for like a double resource, but we'll see how it plays. There might be maybe some synergies or something, I'm not sure. And then Ghost Spider, 1 thwart. I always hate when we've got protection characters with 1 thwart. I hate when a lot of characters have 1 thwart. It makes it difficult. And we'll see how it goes. 2 attack is great, 3 defense, stellar. Dizzying reflexes. Response, after you resolve an interrupt or response ability on an event, ready her. Okay, so I'm going to do my best to remember that because I know certain triggers on things like that can get a little spicy. So we've got 2 web bracelets here. Response after you resolve an interrupt or response. Interrupt or response. Okay, that's another thing. Exhaust this to draw a card. Okay, sounds good. George Stacy. Events attached to him may be played as though they're in your hand. Exhaust him. Attach 1 event from your hand face down here. That reminds me of what's her name? Miss Marvel. I forget which. It's the guy. It's not. I was gonna say Bruno. Definitely not Bruno. I think it starts with a B. I don't. It doesn't matter. Anyway, reminds me of him. Being able to stack cards. Web binding requirement 1. Hero interrupt. When an enemy would activate, cancel the activation. If it was a minion, deal 4 damage to it. Interesting. That's French, so Pirouette and punch. Hero interrupt. Interrupt. After you resolve an interrupt or response ability on an event. Okay. Hero interrupt. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal 1 damage to the villain. What? Sorry. Deal damage to the villain equal to, that's the word I was missing, equal to 1 more than the number of boost icons on that card. Cancel that card's when revealed effects. I like that a lot. Phantom Flip. After Ghost Spider makes uses a basic power, remove 5 threat from his scheme. I like that a lot. Parental guidance. Alter ego action. If he's in play, attach an event. If she's not in play, search your deck and discard for him. Oh, cool. Okay. So, ways to get him. Ghost Kick. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, deal 6 damage to an enemy. Okay, I like that a lot. Plan B, I know I'm actually very interested to see how Plan B works. I'm a fan of Hulk, as you all know, and I think Plan B would fit very well in there. And I just want to see how it works, generally speaking, in decks at all. Web of Life and Destiny. Ignore this card's resource cost if your identity has... Okay, that's very interesting. Response. After a Web Warrior ally leaves play, choose a player. That player draws a card. That sounds amazing. Young Love, I know what that does. Across the Spider-Verse. What does this do? Exhaust a Web Warrior you control. Search your discard pile for a Web Warrior ally and put it into play. Then choose a player. That player may spend resources. That sounds amazing as well. Okay. When Spider-Man leaves play, discard the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. Deal damage to the villain. Okay, I like that a lot too. He's got some really strong thwart. What doesn't kill me? Requirement, Fist, hero action. It's an event. Heal 2 damage from your hero. Ready your hero. Okay. Return the favor. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a Treachery. Reveal the Treachery. Deal 5 damage. Okay, so one thing I do like is it just seems like there's a lot more damage in this one, which I like. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 2 of it. If you paid for this card using a lightning resource, remove 2 threat from the main scheme. Okay. When Spider UK defends against an attack, deal damage to the attacking enemy for the number of web. Okay, that's really awesome. What does Miles do? After you play Spider-Man from your hand, stun and confuse an enemy. If you control at least 3. Okay. After you play Silk from your hand, if you control another Web Warrior card, search your counter deck for a Treachery card and discard it. Awesome. Bait and switch. Yep. And then our energies. Okay, so the one thing I didn't do in our Miles one off the hop, I did at the end. This is the other thing I like to do. I just got talking, and usually that's what happens. We start talking, and I forget everything that we're supposed to do. All right, so this lets me know what kind of hero we got. Only 4 permanents. The rest is event-based. So, I mean, it makes sense. Her ability is primarily event-based. So what I'm looking for is everything else is just more permanence. You know what I mean? Like, it obviously that makes sense. Everything she's doing is events, so the building stuff is going to come from the aspect and basic cards that she has, which is good. And the reason I like doing that is, for me, it just sort of tells me the kind of hero it is. You know, some heroes, they like to build. Some heroes don't. Groot, I always bring him up. He's got permanence with the Yin Yang. Iron Man, right? You look at Iron Man's kit, he's got, it's all primarily, I believe it is, or it's at least, what? He's got at least 6 pieces on his suit. So we're almost at 50% right there. Okay, so this is all shuffled up. We'll flip it down to here. And I'm going to give this, I already power shuffled it off camera. But we do want to give it at least a shuffle here while we're on camera. Okay, let's see how this goes. Man, like I said, I'm normally a pretty good shuffler. Sometimes these sleeves, these are the KMC Perfect Fits. I like them a lot for their cost and all that good stuff. But shuffling leaves a little bit to be desired. All right, we'll get her obligation. Shuffle that in. All right, Melter hits allies, but I'm looking to, you know, if I don't play an ally on my first go, being able to nuke him down, I don't know how that's going to work. We've got too much to take care of here. Okay, so let's start this game. So we're going to draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One thing is I'm not sure what I'm looking for. Like I said, I know she has some permanents, and as you can see, I only got 1 upgrade here. Choose to either shuffle from the discard pile into your deck or ready here. So that's pretty cool. It's like a free recovery. I'm interested to see how that plays out. So I'm going to keep the plan B. This doesn't matter. The villain attacks you could be relevant here because we do have a lot of threat to get rid of. When an encounter card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage equal. I mean, this kind of works with bait and switch, but I'll put it in the middle. I'm not quite sure. Attack after Ghost Rider uses a basic power. I feel like I want to use that as well. All right, we're going to discard 3, and if we're lucky, I'm going to get a double resource. And I mean, what are the odds of that? Okay, hopefully I won't keep dropping cards here. All right, let's see what we got here. 1, 2, we got none of them. Wonderful. All right, well, Silk was something I was actually very interested in. This right here, exhaust the Web Warrior card you control, search for a Web Warrior ally, and put it into play. I don't think any thwart. I could be wrong, though. Even Silk going in to get rid of certain things, like, I feel like the snap reaction you get with her is get rid of Shadows of the Past. But, again, return the favor, discard cards on top of the counter deck until you reveal a Treachery. Reveal that Treachery and deal 5 damage. I don't care about that. Okay, so let's flip her over. Let's see if we can do this right. Response, after you resolve an interrupt or whatever, ready her. Yikes. Well, I think what we will do, bait and switch is something I really want to do. Although, you know what, I misread this. I should have mulliganed it. I thought bait and switch. I haven't played bait and switch before. I know it came out in previous sets, but I thought this was off any scheme, off the main scheme. I'm not a fan of cards that just say off the main scheme. It's that loss of flexibility. What are you gonna do? So I guess we don't really have anything for any of this stuff here. Search your discard pile. Search your discard pile. Oh. Okay. I thought Across the Spider-Verse was search your deck too. Well, Silk will at least let us do some stuff too. Okay. Well, I feel like Ghost Kick is where we're going to just to get rid of this guy here. So I'm going to thwart for 1 off of this. We're going to pay 2. Yeah, I'm not going to do this. And bait and switch for a Ghost Kick. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, deal 6 damage to an enemy. Just going to get rid of Melter. And I believe, what is her ability here? Response. After you resolve an interrupt or response. So here we go. Hero response. On an event, ready here. Okay. It's pretty cool. Now, the trick here is if we play Silk or we get a Plan B into play. Plan B, I mean, like I say, I mean, they're both going to be permanents. I'm curious to see what that does, but I don't really need damage right now, right? We just need, after you play Silk from your hand, if you control another web search, yeah, we'll just play it. See how she does. So, search the encounter deck for a treachery and discard it. Now, like I say, I'm pretty sure Shadow of the Past is what I just don't want to see it. However, like sometimes, yeah, let's just be smart. It's always Shadow of the Past. I was trying to say, I could see this being critical when you want to flip. You can play her, get rid of the advance. Or, yeah, it's advance, right? Alright. At least now we've got enough threat on board, or thwart on board. She'll take damage to get rid of this. So that worked out. Get rid of our yada yada. And, yeah, so he goes down 10, so he's at 18. We'll ready up. Jar in hand. So 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. And we don't have anything to do on their turn. So, see how this goes. Well, it's kind of cool. She is able, what I've just noticed too, like, this is the rhythm, right? Like, I can say I can defend, and then I can play any of my cards to ready her, which is actually, I think I might do that just to keep my health up so that I can, I just want to make sure, after Ghost Spider uses basic power, Okay, well, see how it goes. Alright, so we're going to put 1 threat on the main scheme here. I know I just said I wanted to defend. What's the point of not defending right now? What's the thing? She could get an ally. I still need to keep my thwart up. I'm just going to let him hit me. I know eventually we will use this defense, but again, I just want to keep the threat under control here. So boost, give him a tough. That's fine. And what's the next one? 1. So I take 2. Down to 8, and the encounter card is the villain attacks you. Okay. Well, that changes some tempo up, doesn't it? Alright, we'll take it because I want to be able to thwart here. He's going to hit for 2. Okay, not bad. So round 6. That we can do. This card's going to do 5 damage to the villain. Okay, we need to thwart for 3. What is this? After uses basic power, remove 5 threat from his scheme. Alright, well that feels like it just plays right into there. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to attack. I was wondering if I should thwart off this. I'm going to attack to get rid of the tough. Then we'll pay 2 for a phantom flip. Remove up to 5 threat from his scheme. We'll get this. Get it out of here, and that's going to trigger her to ready. Yeah, I mean, why not? Let's try it. So we're going to get a Plan B. Hero action, exhausted. Discard 1 card at random from your hand. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. So we're going to do 2 damage to Claw. I already feel like I like this. Anybody that's played Magic the Gathering, you guys know I'm going to talk about it all the time. A little coffee. Anybody that's played Magic the Gathering for a long time, especially in like the 90s, you may have heard of a card called Cursed Scroll. That's what that reminds me of. Cursed Scroll was an artifact that would come into play. When you would use it for 2 mana, you would shuffle your hand, name a card, your opponent would randomly pick it. If it was the card, they took 2 damage to a target, like whatever you wanted to hit. That's what that reminds me of. You know, as soon as you got one card in your hand, it doesn't even matter. You can do it whenever. But that reminds me of Cursed Scroll. And I'm a mono red player, so I like it. Okay, so I'm thinking of attacking, but I don't have a lot of thwart on board. So I'm just going to keep this managed. Just at least until we get something out here. So let's draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, we got a lot of stuff for her now. Interrupt and response. When a reveal card from the card deck. All right, so we're going to be defending on this one. Possibly flipping down. We'll see here. Okay, so he wants to attack. Like I said, I'm going to defend on this. So he's coming in for 1, 2. Put him into play. So 2, I defend it all. He's going to hit us for 1. So we're down to 5. And counter card is, there we go. Give to the Gwen Stacy player. Search your deck, hand, discard pile, and player area for George Stacy. Of course, I happen to have him in my hand. Attach this obligation to him. Okay? Alter ego action. Exhaust her and remove this obligation from the game. Put him to your hand. Well, isn't that a shame that she is exhausted? Okay, cool. All right, well, I need to play an event, right? What is it, an interrupt or a response? So that's not going to work. The only interrupt I have is this, but we also have this. After you resolve an interrupt or responsibility, I feel like I need to play this for that, but then I can't pay for this. So that's awful. George Stacy costs 1, and I feel like I'm going to want to get him in play. And I need to ready her to get that. Well, maybe I don't need to ready her right now, but it definitely will have to happen soon. So if I were to go 2 to play a bracelet, yeah, I think that's the call. We're going to play 2, play a bracelet. I think we could also stay up one more turn. What's her recover? 3. Maybe not. When a card is revealed from the counter deck, deal 1 damage to the villain equal to 1 more, and cancel its thing. So it's almost reveal counter card. You know what? I think what we're going to do is we're going to plan B, 2 damage to the weapon runner. Flip down. Choose either shuffle ticket to the multiverse or discard pile. Oh yeah, I always forget. Oh man, see? Gotta read my cards. Hold on. So we flip over. I'm going to use the action here to, wait, am I reading this right? Discard or ready? Oh, ready George Stacy. Ah, got it. See, I misread. I thought it was readying her. I didn't do anything with her, right? That did that yet? No. Okay. You know what? I think I'm going to also kill Silk before we end our turn to get rid of this. I just don't want him to pop off yet. I know it's going to happen, but we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jump flip. It's all hero actions. Okay. Ticket in the multiverse. Yeah, okay. 1 threat on the main. He wants to scheme for 2. Boost. Deal 1 damage to each hero. So I'm down to 4. And counter card is Alter Ego Claw heals 4 damage. Okay, thank God we already hit him for 2. Alright, cool. That wasn't that bad. Alright, so I just want to read ticket, remove ticket from the game, discard your hand, shuffle your discard pile into your deck, drop to your hand size and ready each. Alright, so now that I'm playing, what I do like about it, honestly, is it reminds me a little bit more of, what's it called? It reminds me a little bit more of She-Hulk, where she's able to, you know, discard your hand, flip, and then draw up. That's pretty cool. I think it's way too early to be using this, but that double resource is going to be cool. Let's see here. Okay. So what I think we'll do then is, I know obviously we have to go up, yada yada, but we are going to recover for 3. 1, 2, 3. Or maybe we're not. 1, 2, 3. Is George Stacy worth it? Exhaust Gwen Stacy and remove this obligation from the game. Yeah, let's just do it. Get rid of that. We'll bring him back. I don't think we can stay down. What does he do again? Events attached to him may be played as though they were in your hand. Exhaust him. Attach 1 event from your hand face down here. Okay. I don't know. I guess that's cool. 3 jump flips. Like, what is going on here? When you take enemy damage, rent 2. Heal 2 damage from your hero. Ready. It's good. I just don't have anybody with jump block here. And I have to flip up here, right? Like, that's just the way this is going. Alright, well, let's try it. Let's flip up. And I think the first thing we're going to do here is what doesn't kill me. So I'm going to discard Ticket to the Multiverse for 2. For what doesn't kill me. Heal 2 damage from your hero. So we go up to 6 and we ready. And that is a hero action. Does not interrupt or a response. So she's still exhausted. So these are all going to trigger that. Oh no, sorry, and ready your hero. My bad. So I'm going to discard a jump flip. We're going to play George Stacy. Hero action thwart. Well, attacks you, remove 3 threat from the main. I mean, I guess, right? So, well, I guess what we will do here, because we're going to... How does this work? After you resolve, ready her. I'm pretty sure that's how this works. Discard jump flip to play bait and switch. Let me just get my timing right. I'm all messed up in my head right now. trying to like figure out all the new stuff here. Okay, so hero action thwart. The villain attacks you. Okay, so that's going to ready here. The first thing we'll do, if I attack this here, after you resolve, ready. So she won't be able to defend. So we don't want to be doing that. That's okay. So the villain attacks you. Oh, no. What the hell am I talking about? Yeah, this still works. So, okay, so he attacks me. I'm going to defend. Okay, so he's attacking for 1. Okay, these little dudes. Okay, that's cool. Remove 4 threat from a scheme. After I resolve, ready. Okay. And then after you resolve, discard this and draw a card. Max 1 per event. Okay. Spider-Man. We definitely don't want to get rid of him. I want to play Plan B, to be honest. No, I don't need it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to exhaust George Stacy. When can I play it? Action. Events attaching may be played. Okay, so I can play it whenever. That's great. So I'm going to give him a jump flip. We're going to attack for 2. Get rid of this weapons runner. We're going to keep Spider-Man in our hand because he sounds good to play. All right, let's drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hero interrupt. When an enemy would activate, cancel that activation. If this minion's if a minion's activation was canceled. Okay, cool. That's interesting. All right, so we're gonna put 1 over here. Do we have anything to build with? We got lots of building. Hesitant to play web binding. Enemy would activate, cancel it. And then hero interrupt. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 2 of that. If you paid for 2, remove 2 threat. Feel like we definitely want to be playing some of this stuff here. Okay, so he wants to attack. I guess we're going to defend, right? Is this once per phase? Perfect. Once per phase. Hold on. Yeah, phase and then turns. Got it. Okay, so we're going to defend. Here at interference. When you would take anyway. Okay, so I get to still take it. All right, so he's attacking for 1, 2, 3, and just got a random card. So I guess that. Turn the favor. Okay, so he would attack for 3. It's all being blocked. I guess that's not the right. When an enemy would. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's too bad. When you would take any amount of damage. I'm not taking any damage, so I can't use jump flip. Okay, whatever. See how it goes. Encounter card is, when revealed, place 4 threat. Now, do I have something for that? I do not. That was the other one. Got it. Okay, I'm starting to learn the rhythms of the cards here. That's that. This one, how do you say it? Pirouette. Place 4, or we're going to go find one. We'll go Masters of Evil. We're going to hear the cat in the background, adding thematic tension with meowing. Alright, we'll add thingy there, and we get 3 on here. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until we get a Masters of Evil minion. Bang. Okay, well, I mean, it does suck. You know, this just shot up big time to pressure, but we didn't get a minion. Which I'm not sure is better or not. You know what I mean? Like, it's probably better that we didn't get anything. Alright, let's see what we can do. Our turn. We got a lot of threat removal we need to do. When Spider-Man leaves play, discard the top 3, deal damage equal. Okay, so that's damage. This one. Ignore this card's cost if you Web Warrior trait, which we do. So we're just going to put this in play because it costs nothing. After an ally leaves play, that player draws a card. Okay, so we want allies, obviously. But we have no way of drawing cards here, eh? Dang. This is the only way we can draw a card. Remove 4 threat from the main scheme. And I actually can't play him. Events attached? Yeah, I can't. Damn. Alright. Well, if that's the case, what are we doing here? Web binding is great. I can't play Spider-Man, which is what I want to do. I actually can't play, like, any of this stuff. I'm at 6. He's at 18. We don't want him flipping down. Alright, well... Oh, no, sorry. Action. Exhaust him to... Wait, what? Sorry. Events attached to him may be played as over your hand. Cool. Exhaust him. Attach 1 event from your hand to him. Okay. Sorry, I misread that. Well, I guess, like... Is it bait and switch? Like, is that what we're doing here? Bait and switch. Won't let us draw a card. More 4 threat from the main scheme. I don't care about the main scheme right now. That's not the issue. Man, oh man, oh man. And if we flip down, we could put 2 events under him. But it doesn't really feel like it does much. Wow. Okay. Well, then I think what we will do instead is... Like, web binding sounds good, right? To give us a turn, possibly. But I don't want to get rid of... Like, I just like my hand. Alright, so what we'll do is I'll just keep this stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to play Spider-Man, though. What did I say? There was like 5 allies in the deck. 1. I don't think I counted them. There might be 3. I think there was 5 in the Spider-Man deck. Yikes. Okay, I'm going to pitch them, even though I know that's probably... That didn't feel right. Okay, let's draw up. Well, hold on. This is what we're going to do. Let's do it right. So I'm going to exhaust George Stacy. We're going to put web binding under him. Then we're going to use Plan B to discard Spider-Man to do 2 damage to Claw. Put him at 16. Let's draw our 5. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're getting... Look at all this. It's so expensive. Event. Okay. So we're going to put 2 threat. Oh no, we put 3 threat on here. Yikes. That's at 4. He wants to attack. I just want to get stuck in that same thing, that same loop as we had before. I think 1, 2, 3. Damn. I think what we'll do here is I'm going to pay 2 to play a web binding. Okay. Cancel it. And if the okay, yeah. So it just cancels his activation. It is a interrupt. So I'm going to exhaust this to draw a card. A phantom flip. After Ghost Spider uses a basic power, remove 5 threat from a scheme. Okay. And cool. Counter card. There we go. Got a big fat boy. Big thick boy. Alright, let's see what we got going on. After Ghost Spider do so 6 is exactly for that. After you play Spider-Man from your hand, stun and confuse an enemy if you control at least 3 Web Warrior cards. 1, 2, and him. When he defends against an attack, deal damage deal damage to the attacking enemy equal to the number of Web Warrior cards. That's pretty good. It's actually really good. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Young Love heals. But again, only if I've got Miles. Oh man, I really want to be getting allies out, but I need to be doing more. Like the allies, you know, like the thwarting isn't enough. What is going on? I hate just playing events, but like trying to do the best I can with what I got here. So that's the case. We're going to thwart for 1. Then I am going to ghost kick for 2. Yeah, for 2 here. It is a hero response, so once it's done, this will ready to do 6 damage here. What a shame. I will exhaust George Stacy to get a phantom flip under here. I'll thwart for another one. So this is going to flip, which is like obviously what I didn't want. I guess I'm going to keep Miles. I don't know if I'll be able to play him. This doesn't feel good, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get an encounter card. Let's shuffle this up. I'm struggling right now, man. Like, I just don't feel like I'm... this is where I'm asking you guys and you girls that are watching, you know, like, please leave comments below. Not necessarily, like, misplays for sure. You know, like, hey, you were supposed to take 2 damage here and you didn't. That stuff, absolutely. But I'm looking more for, like, what are the lines I'm not seeing to get an advanced board state. Very well could just be that, you know, as I play more, like I already noticed it with Miles, as I play like a 2nd, 3rd, 4th game with characters, things click. Things, they make a lot more sense, you know, if once I start getting the rhythm of what this character wants to do. Right now, I really don't feel it. It feels very awkward at best. Okay, so we're going to put a crap load on here. So this is going to flip, which is going to get, whoops, here we go. We're going to discard till we get a minion. Alright, that's okay. That's probably the best one we could get. Alright, now Claw, what are you going to do? When you take any more damage, add 2 that. You pay for this. Move 2 threat from the main scheme. That doesn't even matter anymore. This needs to go for sure. Move 3 threat. 5 threat. Like, it's overkill, but that might be the way to go. I don't know. Alright, let's try it here. So I'm going to defend against Claw. He's coming in for 1, so 4. Boost. If this activation damages your hero, exhaust your hero. If it does, right? So 3, he's coming in for, what was it? 4? So I'm going to take a damage. I don't know when this triggers. After you use a basic power. I feel like it's, I just exhausted. Now I do it. That's how I'm going to play it. Could be wrong. Please let me know. I'm going to play a Phantom Flip for 2, which would ready her. Move 5 threat. We're going to get rid of this one. We're going to use our Web Bracelet to draw a card. Okay. Now this is where we would take 1 damage and exhaust, correct? But what I think I'll do, I still can't play Spider-Man, he's too expensive, is this. When you would take any amount of damage, prevent 2 of that damage. Just so I don't exhaust. I don't want to exhaust. That's, how much does this cost to do? 1? Okay, I'll do that then. I'm going to pay 1 for Jump Flip. It's not lightning, so I'm just preventing 2 of that damage so I don't have to exhaust. He attacks, he hits us for 1. So we're at 5. Okay. Counter card is, man, this thing just wants to accelerate. Go, 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 go. So he's up to 26. Second card is big boy. All right. Man, am I ever in a really weird spot? I feel like again, always, I can't flip down. I'm unable to flip down. Heal 2 damage from your hero, ready your hero. Phantom Flip could clear that out. Thinking I could Phantom Flip the Immortal Claw, get that gone. So 2, 4, 6 for Radioactive Man. Gosh. Although, we don't have... We might be able to get it here with web binding. Okay, I'm going to exhaust this dude to put a web binding down. So 4, 5, 6, 7. We need to do 3. Yes. I'm going to attack for 2 on a Radioactive Man. And I'll pay 2 for Phantom Flip. After I use a basic power, remove 5 threat from a scheme. So we'll get rid of this. It's going to ready Ghost Spider. And then I'm going to attack for 2 again. And ideally what I'm going to do is web binding Radioactive Man. let's see how this goes. Alright, let's draw 5. Okay. Okay, let's see how this goes. So 2 threat goes on the main scheme. He wants to attack. We'll defend. Right, response, interrupt, response. Yep. So I'm going to defend. So he's attacking for 1. Exhaust each ally. That's fine. 2, 3. So that is blocked. Cool. Weapons Runner is going to attack for 1. Radioactive Man wants to attack. When an enemy would activate, cancel that activation. So for 2, we're going to web binding. So he wants to activate, but he can't. He's going to take 4 damage because he is a minion. We're going to trigger Dizzying Reflexes and Web Bracelet to draw a card. Okay, cool. And encounter card. See what we get. Hero, Claw attacks you. If this attack damages you, place 1 threat on the main scheme. We're going to defend that. We're not at a health state. That sucks. 1. So he does 3. So it's all defended. Cool. Alright. I just need to ready and I can't. Alright, what I'm going to do here then is I'm going to do a Ghost Kick for 6. He's at 16. 6 is going to bring him to 10. It's going to trigger her to ready. Discard cards on top of the encounter deck until you discard a Treachery. Reveal that Treachery and deal 5 damage to the villain. Is that what we want to do? Doesn't feel like that's what we want to do. Are we pushing? I don't feel like I'm in control of the push. I have no idea what the Treachery is going to be. It's going to be bad, no matter what, right? Right. So what we will do here then is I'm going to exhaust this dude. I'll put Bait and Switch. Probably seems like Bait and Switch works next turn. I will attack for 2. No. We're going to thwart for 1. Plan B. To get rid of Weapons Runner. Young Love, I'll discard. Hold on. I think Miles is in the discard pile, right? Yeah. So we'll get rid of Young Love. And we were ready. And we'll drop 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So 2 threat on the main scheme. He wants to attack. I'm actually looking at Jump Flip, to be honest. Let me see. How many 3s are already in here? 1. Okay, we'll take it. So he's attacking for 1, 2, 3. Exactly 3. Wow, got lucky there. Kind of. We're going to play a jump flip. With a ghost kick. Okay, so is it... Oh, sorry. No, I need lightning. Do we got lightning? Ah, we do. Okay, so it's a phantom flip. That's too bad. Okay, so we're going to prevent 2 of the damage, so I'm going to take 1. And we're going to remove 2 threat from the main scheme. I'm going to use the bracelet, draw a card. Okay, and that wasn't our encounter card. That was just attack. So his encounter card for this turn. Here we go. He schemes for 2. So for 5. Holy shit. So up to 6. Okay. This is... Come on, man. So we need to use bait and switch. That's not great. So we will thwart for 1. We're going to pay... What doesn't kill me looks really good here. Ah, God. Good. Oops, so does web binding. Alright, I'm going to pitch a ghost flip to play a bait and switch. The villain attacks you. Move 4 threat. Response after you resolve. Okay, so we gotta do the whole card there, right? Oh, is this that same thing I did before? Oh, how does the timing work? The villain attacks you. Remove 4 threat from the main scheme. After you resolve and interrupt a response on an event, ready Ghost Spider. Right, that's okay. So I need to be able to defend that. All right. Although I don't care because I'm going to web binding. Okay, so we're going to thwart for 1. Then I am going to use Ghost Kick, still in the graveyard, to play bait and switch. So the villain attacks you, remove 4 threat. I'm going to, in response, use web binding to cancel the activation. Does that still work? If you would activate, cancel it. Yeah. So now we're resolving it. So we ready Ghost Spider. Then we remove 4 threat. So go to 1. Like, I can only play this game for so long. I'm going to flip down. Heal for 3. 1, 2, 3. So we're at 6. I'm going to put this event under him, and we'll see how this turn goes. I needed the heal. I can't keep doing this circling the drain thing. So 4, 5, 6. Okay, we got a lot of allies and stuff. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay, so 2 threat goes on here. He's going to scheme for 2. Put him into play. So 3 total. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Counter card is Surge, exhaust your identity. That's not great. And that's really bad. 2, 3. Alter ego action. If George Chase can play, attach 1 event from your hand or discard pile. Cool. George Chase does not play search your... Okay. I don't know if there's anything that I could go grab that I want. Let's see. Another web bracelet, I think, is really going to help here. Let me just see really quickly. I know we want to thwart, right? So maybe it's after you use the base weapon, remove 5. So I'm going to need to be able to ready somehow. Yeah. Alright. So I'm going to pitch 1. George Stacy's in play. Attach 1 event from your discard pile face down. What? Or discard pile face down to... Okay, that face down stuff. I hate when they say face down. Like, I don't know why anybody's putting face... Unless they're talking about face down being this side. I've always thought this was face up. Face up, face down. Huh? What are we doing? Alright, cool. So we got there. She's going to have to flip up here. We have no other alter ego action. So let's flip. Definitely, like, again, I said I want to get rid of threat. We've got 3 here. I mean, this is going to get rid of 5. I really want to get Web of Life and Destiny in here so that we can, start drawing cards. But so if we go this way, 5, 6 plus 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's gonna, yeah. I think we may have just lost. Because the only way I can possibly win here Let me see. I need to be able to get rid of this and thwart for 1. So this, after I use a basic power. So I need to play an event with a response or something. Discard cards from the top card of the end. Treachery. Hero out. Yeah, this is just response or interrupt. God. So the only really thing I can play. Oh, hold on. After you resolve an interrupt or response, you play from your hand. If you control another web warrior, search your counter deck for a treasure card and discard it. So, I mean, she could come into play to trigger it. She costs 2. Let me just math this out, guys. So we play this. Is it after you resolve an interrupt or response ability on an event? Got it. Okay, that matters. All right, so if we play these two, so this is in play. God, I don't think it's possible. Actually, yeah. So if we were to play what doesn't kill me for 2, I could ready my hero and heal 2. 1, 2. Draw a card. No, hero action. Yeah, that doesn't count for that. I need to play this. I need to play this on this. I'm able to ready and here. I don't know how I'm doing thwarting for 3. 1, 2, ready. Or no, I mean, I guess if we just get rid of this and then thwart for 1, how does that work? After uses a basic power, remove 5. So I guess this is the timing thing I need to just brush up on. After they use a basic power. So if I was saying I'm thwarting, then I use this, correct? After they use a basic power. It doesn't say if after it resolves, so I'm going to assume it's when it triggers. Which sucks because it has crisis. And I want to target that. But I didn't ready yet. Correct? I readied with what doesn't kill me. So I think that is our loophole here, I suppose. Alright, well then what I'm going to do is I'm going to thwart for 1, I guess over here. After you use a basic power, remove 2. These 2. To remove 5 threat, which triggers this. Draw a card. If we're lucky, it's a double resource. It is not. I'm going to use an action to put that underneath. And then we will thwart for 1. Silk is just an ally. I just need thwarting. I don't have any thwart here. So let's go up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's like, I need all this card. This is the same problem I'm finding. Oh my god. This is the same problem I had with the pre-con with Miles. Everything is so expensive. I need to be able to do 2 meaningful things a turn. And I'm having a very difficult time doing so. So we are up to 7. If he gets an advance, obviously that's game. I think I'm just taking it because I need with this and hope for the best, I guess. Or even jump flip. Okay, let's see what we're looking at. So he is attacking for, well, this would really help. When you would take any amount, okay, so I just have to let him hit me then. So 1, 2, boost. If this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. So it's 2. So what we are going to do is we're going to play jump flip, and I need to play a lightning with it, which obviously sucks because it is silk. But I'm going to prevent 2 damage, which is what he was doing, and then remove 2 threat from the main scheme. Okay, so he's done. This guy wants to attack me. I'll let him hit me for 7. Draw a card. He wants to attack again. Wait, was this a hero interrupt? Which it was. We're going to exhaust this to draw a card. Another plan B. Okay. He wants to attack for 1. I guess we just sort of take it. I need my resources 1. So we're at 4. 5 damage. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, deal damage to the villain equal to 1 more on the reveal. Cancel cards when reveal effects. When a card is revealed. Okay, so it's a when revealed. I was thinking for a boost, which it is not. So 5, was it? God, it's right down to 2. Okay. Yikes. Can I even play this guy? Yeah, so we're going to pay. There's no event that's going to matter. So we'll play 3. We're going to get a Spider UK out here. When he defends against an attack, deal damage. He's got a thwart. They're both going to thwart for 2. So that puts us at 3. This weapon runner being out here is not great. Alright, let's ready up. So 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thing is with these precons, I know with like because I have the entire collection, right? Like a lot of people do, or even close to. I don't want to see any more of the power of justice or the power of protection. But right now, I really want it in my deck because this shit is like 1, 2, 3, 4, so pricey. Phantom Flip, okay, that'll help. It's actually really good. I won't be able to do anything else, but what is this again? Exhaust the web warrior control. Search your deck and web warrior ally and put it into play. And then choose a player that might help us get out of this stinky situation. Okay, so we're gonna put 2 threat on the main. He wants to attack. I have to defend, so we're gonna defend for 3. He's attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to play Phantom Flip. That is for 2. How are we paying 2? Bait and switch and return the favor, I guess. Yep. Right. I have to use the basic power. Okay. So, sorry, attack for 5. Oh, wait, is that game? Did I use the wrong one here? Sorry, I think I don't know if I just lost, if that was after Ghost Spider uses the basic power. Okay, maybe I used the wrong card here. No, that's game, right? That's 5 damage. So I'm going to block 3, take 2. I think that's it, right? Interrupt when a card is revealed. Yeah, that's a when revealed effect. Blocking 3. After goes through use a basic power, move 3. Yeah, okay, that's game. Okay, so I don't have time to play anymore on camera here, so I'm just gonna do a just like I did with Miles. You know, I want to just talk about my experience with one play, which obviously is not justified. And I end up comparing, just like a lot of people. You compare like, is the character any good with just like that experience, and or like, okay, cool, that experience, and how's the precon, right? So there's a lot of cool things that were happening. I just felt it's the same thing that I felt when I was playing Miles, and I think it's just every now and then I'll get what I consider like a really powerful precon. This isn't it. At least in this one experience. The problem I was having, and I always want to caveat everything I'm saying with this stuff, is this is the opinion coming from somebody trying to get better at the game, trying to constantly play on expert until I can start just getting better and making better choices and whatever. Even though, the way that it's a card game, it's going to be random at times, right? So there's just bursts and stuff like that. And there's some things I hadn't even tried yet with Ghost Spider, like the ticket to the multiverse and all that. But on the whole, I think she's really cool. She has a lot of like things that remind me of Miss Marvel with the exhausting, and I need to double check, and please leave comments below. Just like the flow of her. How does she? What is the timings on stuff? There's multiple times I was playing her and I was like, I'm not sure if this plays before that or whatever, right? Really cool. I don't like her stat line for solo. That's always been the case. Most of my experience is just pure solo. And any hero with one thwart generally for me is I feel like I'm always on the backswing. If I'm able to thwart for two, at least it gives me an opportunity. Like, granted, I can thwart for two by thwarting for one, playing an event, reading her, and thwarting again for one. Um, but the reason I'm not really a fan of that is because I need to play an event to be able to just thwart for one. So I'm losing. I'm always forced to. It's the same thing that's happening with Miles that I'm noticing too, which is it's forcing me to do things that I might not want to do. You know, like I have to play a different event in order to be able to do the things I want to do. Which that's got its own pros and cons. Honestly, like making a custom deck for this, I think would be a much more interesting experiment, because you'd probably include ways to do that. You know, like always beefing up thwart is always a good idea in general. But going to the cards, web binding, it was actually pretty cool. Being able to nuke a minion too is very nice. George Stacy, I just want to pull him out right now. He adds that flexibility that I can already see is a problem that I was having anyway with her, which is I just don't have the resources for this one event. Let's put it down here for when I need it. That's great. But web binding is great. You know, for two to just cancel an enemy activation to me is it's better than I don't want to say it's better than stun or confuse. It's different. Stun and confuse, they're out there and they stay there until they use it. This is just on that activation. And actually, this is only preventing a stun. It's really a stun when they attack. Multiplayer, I guess you could do it on a confuse, I suppose, right? Because it's a hero interrupt. Well, you know, we see what it is. I thought this card was going to be a lot better. The pirouette, and punch. I can never pronounce French, man. Bum, 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 bum. When a card is revealed from the encounter deck, it's got its place. Definitely, I think it is something that I should have been, and I can't go back and look. It'll be something I'll have to look at in the future. Is with George out here having this under him, I think it'd be great because there's going to be times when that event does come up, and boom, you can counter it. Again, the resource cost is insane, but being able to play something that I'm stockpiling for another turn, that works too. Phantom Flip, it's great. You know, it gets rid of thwart. It's the thing she can't do, and it helps her do that, which is awesome. The web bracelets, they draw you cards. It's great. Again, the problem I was having is I wasn't able to get a tempo up enough to be able to, you know, pay for cards fast enough. You get a couple helicarriers, quin carriers going, mansions, or whatever the hell else you want to put in here. I think it'd be really interesting just to see how those are the cards that really let you, expand your hand size and let you play things, multiple times a turn, which I don't have right now. So it's almost like if your opponent whiffed on their turn, then I'm able to play like a build phase. Sadly, I didn't really notice much of that when I was playing there. Ghost Kick, this is what I do like about this is it is an actual just nuke card. 2 for 6, awesome. She's attacking for 2, right? Ready for 6, and then ready her. You just did what 10 damage right here. That's amazing in one turn. That's burst, and I like that. You can hit a lot of heavy hitting minions with that. You can hit the villain for serious chunks. I really like. I like the fact that Ghost Kick is in the kit. You know what I mean? It's that big damage when you need it. Miles didn't have that. I know he's got that whatever it was. I think it does 2 damage, and then if they're stunned, they take 3, and if they're confused or something like that, take another 3. Very situational. I think it's a great card as well when you get set up. But Ghost Kick, I like just cards that are simple like this that work the way they should. Parental Guidance, we only played it once, but I like it. It gets George into play, and I think you need him out because of the way she needs to be flexible. I think you're gonna play, or at least I will. I'll probably build her aspect, whatever we pick for our next game, is going to be just a lot of permanents. I can easily see her with Justice just getting all those permanents out there and then just letting her kit do everything else. I think, actually, I don't know how many of these are superpowers. Yeah, see, thwart, attack. So I think just web bindings that are superpowers. So like even Death Focus isn't really that big of a deal. Ticket to the Multiverse. We never got to use it. I'm not quite sure if it's in there to actually be used for that one time. Please let me know in the comments if I'm not seeing something here outside of you get to that part where you're low. I don't want that double encounter card. I can get rid of it so that the opponent I don't have to reshuffle my deck in order for them to drop another encounter card on me. I could also play my entire hand, apparently, right? But it costs 3. So it's, I don't know. whatever. It to me, it's almost like just having a double resource in the deck. And then I think that was it. As for the other cards, let's check out the aspect cards, see what we think of those. What doesn't kill me? That's an interesting card. Heal 2 and ready. I know it's going to be great in certain decks. For her, it was great because anything that helps ready. I like options that help ready your character, right? So this, like, I think it's a good card. It does what it needs to do. For solo play, I think it's really good. 2 health is meaningful. Turn to turn. And again, with George out, you could stack that underneath. It's just an event. Let's see here. Where are you, Georgie boy? Where are you, Georgie? There you go. George. Events attached to George may be played. Okay, attach attach one event from your hand. Yeah, so being able to put situational things, I think, are really good. Never got a chance to play Spider-Man. I didn't get a chance to play a lot of allies. The cost was just unreal. I was never in a position to be able to play them. And the other thing I should note, too, at least in this playthrough, is when I'm building whenever I look for allies, generally speaking, for my decks, I like to thwart, especially for solo. And most importantly, if my hero is only able to thwart for 1, and I know she's got the abilities to ready and stuff, but regardless of that, like this guy's value, even Young Love, which we'll get to, I mean, I don't think it's worth it. And after you play him, stun and confuse an enemy. If you can, sorry. So, I mean, that's great because you're going to hit the boss most likely, right? So that gives you a free 2 turns, really, to do whatever. So the tempo is amazing there, absolutely. I'm not disregarding that. I'm just not sure. I didn't get a chance to play him to go like, oh yeah. If I was just building like a pure Web Warrior deck, perhaps, perhaps there'll be some extra value in there, but I didn't see it. Bait and Switch, this was my first game actually playing it. It's good for what it does. The main scheme part sucks, but 1 for 4, you can't really compete with that. Especially when she's got a high defense like this. That's great. My tempo that I was screwing up was I was hoping that I could go, okay, he's attacking, I'm going to defend. Right? And then, after you resolve it, then I have to resolve it, and then I can ready. Is that what it was? The villain attacks you? Remove 4. Yeah. I was trying to do like a thwart. They come after me, bait and switch, which will ready me, then I can defend. I guess I was just looking at it backwards. It's the same thing. But, yeah, I think it works well in hers. Like, anybody that's got like a lot of defense, I think bait and switch is great. Especially, like, honestly, these 2 cards work well in terms of what she does not do well. And it shores that, right? No thwart, this gives you a big chunky thwart. High defense, they're going to attack you, but the defense makes it worth it. So, I think it works really well in here. Jump Flip. Jump Flip was cool. I think there was one turn where I was hoping that did something different than it did. Again, that I don't like that it's specific. I hate cards that are just specific. Preventing 2 damage is great. Removing 2 is great, but it's only the main scheme. Sometimes that's all that matters, but sometimes, you want that side scheme action. Return the favor. Discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until you discard a treachery, reveal it, and deal 5. I was too scared to use this, to be honest with you. I mean, I wasn't able to flip down for a long time to heal, so I don't know what that treachery could have been. It could, like, there's a lot of treacheries, they don't even matter. Claw attacks you, that's a big deal. Exhaust your guys, take 2 damage, ready. There's a lot of, you know what I mean? A lot of cards. And plus we're milling, and I didn't want to accelerate this guy too much. But I can see a lot of these new cards coming out that are adding a lot of ways to attack with protection, which is fantastic. Silk, she was good. When she came out, searching counter deck and, got rid of Shadow, so I didn't have to worry about that through the first deck pass. Her cost is right. The problem is, you require a Web Warrior. Like, it works with this, but, like, it'd been cool if she wasn't, because then, I mean, she's super powerful if she's not, but being able to incorporate her in other decks, you know what I mean? It's interesting. Spider UK, I didn't get a chance to play him, but he seems like we could build a whole deck around Web Warrior traded cards, and I just want to defend all day with this dude, ready him as much as I possibly can. Might be cool to play like a, you Web Warrior. Yeah, Spider Woman isn't a Web Warrior. I have to double check. I'm more than sure she's not, but I was just trying to think protection with leadership to ready these guys so you can multiple block or whatever. But I think that might be cool. Kind of like a Voltron deck, but for protection with him to just build him up as high as possible. That could be neat. And then we'll get into the neutral cards, Young Love, whatever. I don't care about that. Team ups, I love. I just hate the fact that I need both in play. You know what I'm saying? And it just never happened, especially when Miles cost 4. It's too expensive. I think the basic Spider-Man Miles, the one that comes in with the burst, that would make more sense. His curve is just better that way. Plan B. I made myself play this. I just wanted to see how cool it was. I actually like it a lot. It adds a lot of flexibility. I didn't think it would be that cool. I am immediately going to toss one of these into my Hulk deck just to see, maybe even 2. Make sure I get it. Anybody that's got like some weird hands, I think just having one of these out and that way to just ping, to always be able to get rid of tough at any time is phenomenal. 2 damage over turns doing nothing. It's awesome. It allows me to keep thwarting while I'm doing damage. I liked it a lot. Spider-Man, I don't think we got a chance to play him either, but he had the thwart, which is really good. I have nothing to say about him. I mean, I don't know if I'd ever play him, and I'd have to play a Web Warrior, but when he leaves play, discard the top 3 of the encounter deck, deal damage to the... So he's, whatever. I didn't play him enough. Web of Life and Destiny, I love the fact that it plays for free. And sadly, again, I think this is a great card if I'm playing like an actual deck with all these Web Warriors. I just didn't get any allies in play, so I can't really say anything there. And Across the Spider-Verse, I'm sure, is a great card. Again, if I had the resources to play it in the timing in which I had it. So, all in all, I would say I like her, and I just need to make a deck with her. I don't think the precon that came with her is very... It's not that it's not very good. Sure, if I played a second game here, maybe the tempo would have been different, and it could have been a different experience. But right now, there's too much in here that I don't jive with. And I honestly think I could take out, like, because it's a precon, I could take out like 2 Plan Bs, because you don't need more, right? And put in 2 Power of Protections, and this might have been a much different game. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave comments below. Let me know what you think of Ghost Spider. Yeah, I hope you enjoy the Spider Box. We're going to be getting into some of the villains. I'm still going to get some Visions in here. We got Hulk plays, and we got all these Spider plays to come up. So I'm excited to keep going. I'm not down on any of these heroes because there's too much potential with new characters and new cards. So we're going to experiment as much as we can. So take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.